Live from the 717. Kid Crazy is here, man. Just went crazy on the freestyle.
Yeah. You already know, man.
Man, the whole vibe of that track. I love the soulful energy. Plus, you was rhyming on there, the rhyme patterns.
Nah, I appreciate that, man. I appreciate the honor. You let me come up here and bless the mic, man. No bullshit.
Yeah, man. I'm happy to have you, man. We did a episode of The Corner, and then I feel like you brought an entirely different style to the freestyle. Like, I could tell you care about, like, the rhyme patterns.
Right.
And you know, bar after bar is like, it was very in pocket, which I as an MC and just a fan of the craft, I love, man.
Nah, yeah, that's something that my big bro has always told me. You feel me? The 5 deadly P's. Proper preparation prevents poor performance. You
Absolutely.
feel me? And to this day, I still live by that, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm always prepared. I'm trying to stay organized, make sure everything professional and in key, you know what I'm saying, and in tune with each other. Because when you try to force things, I realize it takes the 10 steps you take forward, you take back.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I gotta make this your life. This is a job, man. So,
Yeah.
you know, if we ain't doing this shit the proper way, then what's the sense of doing it?
For sure, man. Just take us to the baby pictures. Take us back a little bit. We was talking here. So, you know, you came up in the Bronx.
Yeah. I was born in Harlem, you feel me, Spanish Harlem, and then parents around like 5 moved out to the Bronx and Castle Hill. I've been there majority of my whole life, and then maybe about 5, 6 years ago, moved out to you know what I'm saying, Lancaster. Shout out to the 717, show mad love, you know what I'm saying, and basically been back and forth, but you can say Lank my home now too, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. For the people that don't know, Lancaster, Pennsylvania.
Cabbage Hill.
Yeah, you see here say 717, that's Central PA.
Right.
You know, York, Lancaster, Harrisburg, a lot of little cities, but a lot of history here too, man. So, like, we like to wave the flag, plant the flag.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We in Harrisburg right now at Music Man. Shout out to Music Man. I see you came with the merch too. So,
yeah,
like,
definitely.
not only the hat, the shirt, I mean, you know, the security with the Kid Crazy on it. Talk about the importance of the branding.
Yeah, man, that's basically me. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? I can't put myself out there without putting myself out there, if you understand what I mean. So I made sure to get straight to it, to branding and marketing, you know what I'm saying, my name.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And making sure that no matter what I do, my name pops out even if I'm not around. You know what I'm saying? So we put a lot of thought into the logo, the merch, and the type of merch we're going to create, you know, because everybody go into the hoodies, T-shirts, you know, hats, things, but there's other things that, you know, as merch-wise that we got coming through too, you know, coffee cups, lighters, gloves,
Let's go.
Socks, you know what I'm saying? Anything you can wear, we're going to try to stamp that with the Kid Crazy logo.
Yeah, man.
You know?
Branding, there's so many ways you could take branding, especially like I feel like each artist has unique things about them. Not other than rapping, there's other parts of your life. Like you just said, like, I don't even know if you do, but like if someone drink coffee, you do coffee cups. If you smoke, you do lighters. Like, you know, there's a lot of ways you could take it.
Ashtrays. You see the security vests that we have now. I'm actually going to have those up on the site, but they're not going to say security, you feel me? They're just to separate it from my real actual security and just a regular vest you can wear as merch. You know what I'm saying?
It's tight though. When they pulled up, I said, "Damn, man, got security with them." And then I seen the logos. I was like, "All right, that's good branding."
It's the present, man. It's the presence. You know what I'm saying? And like you said, it's the branding. So, you know, before they even see me, they're gonna see them.
Right.
And that's gonna stand out before I even do. So, you know, you'll know why they did once you see me.
That's a fact.
You know?
You in rooms you're not even in.
Right.
I respect it, man. So, you know, we was talking. You got a lot going on right now. It sounds like projects, videos. Let us into your world.
Definitely, man. I actually just dropped 2 new projects. You feel me, on YouTube. One called Got Game. You feel me, with my boy Johnny Fontaine, my big bro. You feel me, and then I got another one called Everything Real, and that one is a movie. You feel me? We put a lot into the budget. We put a lot into the props and the people in the background and all that cool stuff. We actually made it a movie, man. It's something to watch. And then what we got going on right now, which is about to drop soon, you feel me? And then this Friday, I got coming out a spit cam. You feel me? Where I'm actually just rapping and shit. Song is out too. If y'all want to check it out on all platforms and on YouTube, Kid Crazy, Pushin' P. You feel me? Cover art is on fire too and all that. Yeah, we did our thing with that. Like I said, we take a lot of time and preparation and thought into what we doing before we do it, you know.
The spit cam, is that with Maggie?
Yeah, that's with Maggie. Yeah,
Shout out to Maggie,
yeah,
man.
shout out to
Show
Maggie
love.
on that. Word.
Like to see everybody working.
Definitely. And the 2 videos that I'm doing right now that I actually dropped about like a month ago, that's with Logic, DJ Logic. You know what I'm saying? The Everything Real and I Got Game. He did his thing on that too, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to all the cameramans and Lank, man, that I'm working with right now. Y'all doing y'all thing. Y'all making me look good, man. Appreciate y'all, you heard?
Now, when things start to click, it's not like you can do so much as one person, but it really be about the energy that surrounds it. Like your people's pulling up and holding you down, and then you having cameramen and producers and It's a lot of elements.
And camerawoman, shout out to them all.
Yeah, for sure.
You feel me? Without them, we ain't shit.
How you feel about I know it's like 2 different worlds, like New York, and then being in a smaller town like Lank. Like what's musically, like, I don't know how long you've been there, but does anything jump out at you, like style-wise?
It's a big difference. It's a big difference in the sound of Lank music and the sound of New York music, you feel me? But me tapping into Lank and also being from New York and born in New York and going around to other places too, you know what I'm saying? Like Tennessee and shit like that. You start to not pick up sounds, but stay stuck with certain sounds in your head that incorporate with your creation, and it just sounds crazy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But it's a different sound and it's a different life living. It's slow. Right. Still real out in Lank. Don't get it wrong. It's still real out there, but it's a little slower.
Yeah.
Like I said before, you don't hear too many cars, too many planes. Not a lot of city noise, if that's what I say.
I mean, ain't nowhere like New York, so it's hard to compare.
Right. Hell yeah.
So, one place like
it's
that.
The fast life, man. City never sleeps.
Yeah, but traveling gives you perspective, and I feel like the life experiences, for the best artists, it finds its way into the music. You're able to share that, so that's real. Important.
And you get an understanding of other people's way of life.
Right.
An expression of their life, you know what I'm saying? Keeps you humble too.
Nah, that's for sure. I feel like the best music even coming up, like I felt my favorite artists, I feel like they took me to where they're from, like through listening to them.
Right. And that's what I try to do with my music. Like, when you hear it, you can tell where I'm from. Yeah. You feel me? Even though it got a different sound, you can still tell. You know what I'm saying? That man got that hip hop New York flow type shit. You know what I'm saying?
For those that may not know, because educate me too. There's so much history in New York. So like, where you're from, growing up, did you see a lot of hip hop around you? Was there anybody famous from the neighborhood?
Yeah, like, Bang Bang Boogie. Shout out to them, Hocus and them. They was doing their thing out there too. Real big level though. It wasn't no small scale thing. They was co-signed by 50 Cent and all them. So me growing up on Parkside, where they really was from and standing there, I used to see them all the time. And, growing up, that was inspiration. And then we had Remy Ma that used to be up at the record store out there where I used to go buy candy and see her out there at the store peeking in through the window, like Fat Joe as well, you feel me?
Nice.
So they was around. And when I was growing up, they was around. And you can actually see them. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like no TV stuff. You could just go up the block and see them. They'll be chilling, hanging out. So, that really inspired greatness. Not just in the music world, but it's like, I want to be something great like them. You know what I'm saying? I want to leave an impression like them. And that basically started my outlook on music.
Nah, that's deep, and I feel like seeing it, especially from a young age, it just does something to your mental to know, like, dang, it is possible,
right?
You know, versus like if it puts, you said the right words, inspires, and then it's like some hope, and just to know that it's tangible.
Right. Like I don't have to be stuck in this hood for the rest of my life. You know what I'm saying? Look at these guys who are from here. They come and they go when they please. You know what I'm saying? So that really did give a person like me from the hood who had nothing, straight from the mud, like, yo, it's possible. Right. It's definitely possible, man.
Nah, that's important, man. Anything else going on in your world? You know, like performances. I know you said you be moving around a good amount.
Yeah, we definitely do, but we ain't got no performances booked at the moment right now because we've been so focused on content and creating music, you know what I'm saying? And like I said, you know, I tell my boys this all the time, it's cool to perform, but if you really ain't getting paid for it, really makes no sense, especially now in this day and age. You don't have to go to the club. You got the internet right at your fingertips, you know what I'm saying, to promote yourself, so you really don't have to go to the club. But it's always good to go to get that exercise in on your stage presence and your performance, you know. So if you feel you ain't do it in a month or two, I say go do it. You know, stay brushed up on your craft.
Absolutely, man. And yeah, we are in a different time. Like you do got to double down on your content. And then honestly, if you do that, doors could open where the demand is there, and then you go where it makes sense. So for sure.
You know what I'm saying? So if you got people who want you to go to the club, go to the club. But I say don't make it your main thing, you know what I'm saying? Because you could get caught up in that life.
Absolutely.
And you could get lost in the sauce, you know what I'm saying? Like partying every night, every Friday, you barely get any work done, you're constantly drinking, your appearance start to look rougher because you're staying up later.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Waking up earlier, staying up later. So, you know, I do my shows, but right now we just focus on content. Trying to take over the internet, you know what I'm saying, with the content.
I feel like you just spawned another thought, like the importance of even your response right there. I feel like there's an importance of discipline when you're chasing a bigger goal. I don't know if you could speak to that, but even your answer right there, just I could tell like there's a focus there.
Yeah,
like not getting caught up.
Because it can happen, man. It really can happen, and it happened to me. You know what I'm saying? Where I got caught up in the wave, and because I've been doing this for a while. Don't get me wrong, I've been rapping for a long time. But like I told you when I first met you, I was wild. You know what I'm saying? I was running the streets, doing my thing. So I didn't get the proper guidance to doing things the right way.
Right.
So once I really got lost in the sauce and then got to find myself, I said, I can't do that again, man. So I definitely stopped drinking. I stopped hanging out. If I didn't need to go to clubs, I wouldn't go to clubs. You know what I'm saying? I smoked my little weed here and there, but the alcohol and the other drug intakes I left alone, man. I had to get focused, you feel me? And that's when things started to move positively for me.
That's what's up, man.
In life, in the whole life aspect, everything started to move positively for me. You know what I'm saying? Putting my faith in God and all that cool stuff, you know what I'm saying? Helped me get through my hard times while finding myself.
Man, I applaud that. That's real. That's growth.
Yeah, definitely.
That's growth. Well, man, we appreciate you, you know,
coming up here, y'all, man.
And even you know, pulling the layers back, and not just the music, but like you know, the man behind the music. I feel like it's important. You know what I'm saying? Any artist that bears his soul through the bars and puts life into the music, man, it tends to come from experience. You know what I'm saying? Which is something I say you can't fake. So.
No, that's a fact.
Yeah. Man, respect, man. Thank you for coming through.
Love, baby, and I appreciate you having me here, man, for real.
Yes, sir, man. Shout out to Music, man, for hosting us. A lot of history in these walls in this record shop, from the DVD era to the mixtape era to now. You know what I mean? 30 years in Harrisburg. High Off Life TV. Drop a comment. Show love to Kid Crazy. Check out the freestyle. Check out the corner.
Like and subscribe.
Let's get it.
Yeah.